Welcome everyone to my weighted Forest Cup, and I know I am very late to the party and everyone has already finished their weighted their Forest Cups, but I have been very busy this past month, and after the Meta Simplified guide I didn't really get any time to prepare any videos. I played quite a few Forest Cups, but I had no time to edit those videos. I had a lot of assignments and a lot of online classes to begin with, so I apologize on that regard. And for Sorcerer's Cup, I am already working on the Meta Simplified guide and on a few strategical videos, and from now on I am going to put out less tournament videos and more strategy related videos, because I have I don't want to call out anyone, but I have seen that a lot of YouTubers, content creators of PvP content creators are opting out of Sylph Cups. Like, they are playing Sylph Cups, but they are not making as much content as before, because Sylph Cups don't get as much views, they don't get as much revenue. So I get that it's absolutely fine, it's their choice. But I am actually pretty sad about it, because I am still playing Pokemon Go because of number one, the community, and number two, Sylph Cups, not because of GBL. I actually hate playing GBL, because whenever I play GBL it stresses me out, and I don't want to play something that stresses me out. Like, there's lag, there's issues, and you know how GBL is. Like, you win 50% of the matches. If you're lucky, you lose 50% because your opponent has the perfect counters. Now, this isn't a GBL rant video, but I just wanted to address this issue. So I am thinking about making more Sylph contents from now on, because previously I wouldn't cover as much content because other YouTubers would, and I would try to cover the teams, my teams, the strategies that they didn't. In my tournament videos I would talk about these strategies, about how about matchmakings, about team buildings, about picking those team of threes and synergizing them. But tournament videos take a lot of time to edit, and I am going to get lesser time because of my online classes and assignments. So I am going to make shorter videos, about like 15 minutes or 20 minutes max. Not tournament videos, but rather practice videos discussing those strategies that I use in the tournament, because I am not going to upload as much tournament content as before. I am going to upload, but suppose I upload one or two tournaments, but on an average I play like 6 and 8 tournaments per month, and I really don't have enough time to edit all those videos because they take such a long time to edit. So I just wanted to say that I am going to keep making Sylph arena content, and from now on I'm going to try to make more Sylph arena content than before, to make up for the lack of Sylph content on YouTube, because for my love for Sylph arena league and the meta, the tournaments, and it's something that makes me happy and gives me joy. So if you are someone that finds Sylph arena cups relaxing and finds them better than the Great League, playing them better, so stay tuned for more. So that was about all I had to say. Let's get into my matches. So first round I am facing Shams Iftikhar, and I lead Blaziken into his Whiscash. This is very bad. So I save swap into Kingdra. Now you see he has Ferrothorn. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to debuff his Ferrothorn. If I debuff his Ferrothorn, I can farm down the whole Ferrothorn without shielding with my Blaziken. So if you didn't know, if that Ferrothorn has energy, Blaziken has to shield once, because double power whips will KO Blaziken. So here I'm trying to debuff it, I'm trying to get it as low as possible, but it's not working. And here I try to go for an outrage to try to KO, and he shields that. So I am going to let my Kingdra go. So what I should have done there was I should have gone back into my Blaziken, but now that I am with my Blaziken, I realize that I have no counter for Whiscash. My Kingdra is gone, so I should have. My team comp wasn't as good in this first match, so it's basically GG at this point. He's going to mud bomb me down, and I go for a Blazern, and it doesn't matter. Now I think is his Ferrothorn down? Yes, his Ferrothorn is down, but his Whiscash is going to get another one bomb. So this is very bad for me. And he probably has a fire type in the back. Yes, he's running his Infernape. Very iconic Infernape. This Infernape has Fire Spin. I would have loved Infernape if it had counter, but it sadly doesn't. It has Rock Smash, which is a bad move. So, and it's going to get to a close combat. So I actually forgot that Infernape had close combat, because nobody ever ran close combat Infernape before the buff. But I decide to change up my team, and this time I am again leading Blaziken, but I have changed my team. This is a Fire Spin Infernape, so Blaziken is actually a very good counter for it. And I brought Cherrim this time, because Cherrim beats both Whiscash and Ferrothorn. So throughout this cup, I actually use Cherrim as my fire type, and I use my Wormadam, my trash Wormadam, as a grass counter and a Blaziken counter. So I am using my Wormadam as a mon that beats grasses and Blaziken, and I'm running Cherrim as my Blaziken to beat Ferrothorns and other grass types while farming down Mud Boys. So, and I'm running Cherrim with Dazzling Gleam. You'll see how Dazzling Gleam is great. So here I go for Dazzling Gleam. Now he probably thought that this is a Weather Ball or Solar Beam, and that Dazzling Gleam one-shots that Infernape, and he has Ferrothorn in the back. So this is why Dazzling Gleam is so dangerous, because people usually firefighters don't usually shield, because they think that it's probably going to be a Solar Beam, my mon probably going to survive, but Dazzling Gleam one-shots. And I have gone through situations where they had a full health Blaziken and they didn't shield the Dazzling Gleam, and it almost one-shot Blaziken, because they probably thought it's going to be a Solar Beam, and I don't know if it survives a Solar Beam, but it's resisted. So this time I'm leading Kingdra into his Mantine. I switch up my leads, because I thought he's going to bring Mantine, because last game I brought both Blaziken and Cherrim, and both are weak to Mantine. So I brought Kingdra. So if he had something that, suppose he led Ferrothorn, so I would switch into my Cherrim and have my Blaziken in the back. So I am treating my Cherrim as a fire type here, and throughout the cup I treat it as a fire type. That it's a weird mon, man. It's a weird one. It's less of a grass type. So now I bring Cherrim into his Ferrothorn, and he has Whiscash. So he has two things weak to Cherrim. So if it was another grass type like Jumpluff or something, like it would have had more solid matchups versus Cash, but it would lose to Ferrothorn. So Cherrim, an excellent mon. I really wanted to make a separate video on Cherrim and Jumpluff for this cup. I even recorded footage of it too, but as I said, I didn't get any time to edit. And my Cherrim had done its job, so I knew that was going to be a Blizzard, so I didn't shield. He has Ferrothorn in the back, and I have a full health Blaziken in the back. This is GG. I am going to shield and counter down his Ferrothorn at this point. And on that topic, on the topic of Cherim, I used Cherim and Wormadam as safe swaps instead of Kingdra. So throughout the cup, I noticed one thing, that I researched a lot about safe swaps, and if I safe swap into Kingdra, your opponent swaps into Ferrothorn, it's basically GG there. But if you have Wormadam with a bit of confusion advantage can actually beat Ferrothorn if it lands the bug buzzes and shields one flash cannon. So, and your opponent cannot even switch into Blaziken, and most people used Blaziken and didn't really have a Mudboy in their team. So Wormadam worked fantastically against their team. So now I am leading Cherim, and here is the power of Cherim. He led. I beat his Galvantula. He has Gastrodon, and he didn't shield the Dazzling Gleam. Now at this point, my Cherim has more than enough. It almost wiped out his whole team. Look. He has Ferrothorn in the back. It's going to get to a Weather Ball, and will it get to another? No, I switch into my Wormadam this time. So I didn't bring Blaziken at all. I took Cherim and Wormadam as two counters, two soft counters, not really hard counters, to grass types in general, and I paired it up with with coverage. So most of the people, suppose he took two counters for Blaziken, like Galvantula and Gastrodon. Galvantula beats Blaziken in the 2 shields. It can just farm the whole Blaziken down and have a bucket of energy left. So Blaziken not really a good counter for Galvantula, although in the Sims it wins in the 1 shield, but in the 2 shields it's very bad. So Blaziken not really good against Galvantula. So he brought Galvantula and Gastrodon for my Blaziken, and I didn't even bring my Blaziken in this match. So this is the power of the Cherim and the Trash Madam combo. So now I'm leading Kingdra into his Vespiquen. So I knew he was going to bring one counter for my Wormadam and Cherim, and that was his Vespiquen, because he didn't have, I don't think he had Mantine. Yes, he probably didn't have Mantine, so he brought that. So I am going to go for Dazzling Gleam. I should have just gone for Wither Balls, one Wither Ball and farm down, but he decides to shield, and now I am going to shield again. And his Gastrodon is so low, and Gastrodon is so weak to Bullet Seeds, that I am going to farm him down. I am basically at 100 energy with a Cherim, and I know he has Vespiquen and Ferrothorn in the back. I am just going to go for, look how many Wither Balls I get. That's 2. I think I get, I don't think I get to another, because the Air Slash KOs me. One more Bullet Seed and I would have got to a 3rd one. So I have Wormadam for his Ferrothorn. He ran Vespiquen probably. Vespiquen was so good. Now even I ran Vespiquen during my initial cups because it beat the Blaziken and Ferrothorn combo. Only because of that I had Vespiquen in my team, but Vespiquen was solid, but I didn't use it very well. I didn't know how to utilize Vespiquen. So that was bad on. That was my fault, I guess, not Vespiquen's. But then I switched to Wormadam, and Wormadam worked wonders for me in the exact same role as Vespiquen, and I could safe swap Wormadam, because when your opponent safe swaps into Kingdra, I could have my Ferrothorn in the back and have Wormadam. Did you know that Wormadam actually beats Kingdra even if it gets the debuff? So in the 1 shield, Wormadam actually beats Kingdra even after the debuff, but you have to land 1 Bug Buzz. It debuffed or not, you have to land 1 Bug Buzz. Don't go for Iron Head. You can bait with Iron Head, but it wins if you land the Bug Buzz. You'll see. I have a match there where I face Wormadam with my Kingdra. Now here I save my Cherim for his Ferrothorn, and here he swaps into his Galvantula which isn't really a great counter for Wormadam. And I go for an Iron Head bait, and he shields. And do I shield? Yes, I shield. This is going to be a discharge. I thought it might be a bug buzz. I could have taken a discharge, wouldn't have KO'd, but his Galvantula was so low that I could get off an Iron Head. I didn't really need to land a bug buzz. So he comes back with his Fadili. And he goes for Stone Edge. I do not need to shield that. Wormadam has done its job and it didn't even KO. So now I come back with my Kingdra, and he has Ferrothorn in the back, and I have Kingdra, I have Cherim with one shield. Now what I need to do is I just need to land one Wither Ball on his Ferrothorn. I don't even need to KO his Ferrothorn with my Cherim. Just one Wither Ball and I could just farm with Kingdra. The shields are down. I am going to get to another Wither Ball before he can get to a Power Whip. So this is the power of Cherim. Like, Cherim just swept left and right, man. And do I am out of shields, and it's alright, it's alright. And here I am going to farm the rest of his Ferrothorn. He is going to get off a Power Whip. This is bad for me, but his Cradily doesn't have any energy left. And I have enough energy for Octazooka. I knew he was going to switch right after his charge move, so I didn't instantly press on my charge. I was ready for his swap. So that was round number 3 actually. So I actually lost footage of my round 2. I won that round, and I apologize on that regard. So here I am using Wormadam safe swap, and he had no choice but to so people usually this is kind of a mind game, right? So people usually think that the steel icon, the bug icon, it kind of looks like a grass icon. So people usually think that I may have swapped into a Ferrothorn. So they switch into his Blaziken, they switch into their Blaziken and see that it's actually a Wormadam. So it's very confusing. Even I fell for it once. I know it's not an exact strategy, but mind games do work. Mind games do work. So now I am going to go for a Bug Buzz, and he doesn't shield, but confusions are chunking away at that Mantine. So now I switch. I specifically took this Stunfisk for his Mantine. Bubble Beam, no worries. I stay in here. I was expecting a switch into Ferrothorn, but he didn't. He goes for another Bubble Beam. This is probably an Aerialist Mantine, because Ice Beam would have done a lot of damage at that health. Yes, he has Ferrothorn in the back. So now I am going to all charge up to Mud Bomb and switch. So I almost have a Mud Bomb ready, and now this is a full health Cherim. So in one shield it beats Ferrothorn. It tanks a Flash Cannon and then it beats Ferrothorn in the one shield. It's close, but the more energy your Cherim has, in the late game, the more deadly your Cherim becomes. So you'll see I will probably double Wither Ball his. Yes, I will double Wither Ball his Ferrothorn. And shields down, Cherim can even sweep teams. So the only thing the Cherim faces problem against is Blaziken and Mantine. Even I know like Solar Beam is better versus Mantine, but I really liked using Dazzling Limb on my Cherim. So now I switch into my Kingdra, and he's going to switch into his Ferrothorn. Now this is bad because he probably has Mantine and I don't have Stunfisk in this team. So I took Kingdra for a safe swap. I had double safe swaps like Kingdra and Wormadam depending on what he leads, but it didn't work out in my favor. If I had Stunfisk, I would have just swapped into my Wormadam, and I would have a Stunfisk and Cherim left for the rest of his team. So I should have just stuck with my team and just changed up the leads. So Ferrothorn was almost at a charge move, so I had to use my own charge move, and I do a mistake here. I should have stayed in. I know. I should have stayed in. This is a huge mistake on my part. I should have just stayed in and gone for dazzling gleam on that Manti. But now I am down shields, but I am trying to do as much damage to his Mantine as possible, but I have a lot of energy on my cherry. So solar beam would be good now, but this game is downhill. I thought he was going to switch into his blaze again, but he didn't. So this very bad for me. Is he going to shield? No, he isn't going to shield. So he has a shield and a almost full health Mantine left. Yes, he is running a release. So even if I reached dazzling gleam, even if I landed, I don't think it KOs at that range. It probably does. Dazzling gleam does a lot of damage, but I wouldn't get to a second dazzling gleam. Maybe if I had energy, maybe if I had shields, but I should have just stuck with my previous team. So now I go to my previous team and I lead Sunfisk into his Mantine. I had Wormadam if he led with Ferrothorn, and he is going to switch into his Blaziken, and I'm going to switch into my Wormadam. Now if you saw that his Blaziken got 2 extra counters off, so now I actually cannot farm down his Blaziken without spending shields. So here, yes, he will get to 2 blaze kicks, and 1 blaze kick will one shot Wormadam. But I double shield farm down. Now I have energy advantage, and I have Cherim and Sunfisk for even if he has Ferrothorn, it doesn't matter, because he has to shield his Mantine, because his Mantine is the only counter for my Cherim. This is the pressure for Cherim, man. He's going to go for an Aerialise, and now I am going to go for my Sunfisk, and I know that he was going to switch, so I didn't use my charge moves, and I have a Mud Bomb Silk. So now my plan is I need to land 1 Wither Ball on that Ferrothorn and have it down to a Mud Bomb range. So this is my plan. So even if this Flash Cannon hits, it's not going to KO. I'm going to get to another Wither Ball, and his next Power Whip is going to KO my Cherim. But I would have a Fisk with a Mud Bomb ready for this. At this health, a Mud Bomb would KO, because a Mud Bomb is neutral against Ferrothorn. Versus Jumpluff or any other grasses, it probably wouldn't, but versus Ferrothorn it would. So Mud Bomb neutral, don't go for discharge on any steel grasses. So it did KO, and I just go for straight discharge on his Mantine. So perfectly worked out. I'm very proud of this match actually. This was a very great match. So this is the finals. We are both undefeated at this point, and he leads Jumpluff into my Sunfisk. This is bad. This is very bad. And because he had cast form, I didn't bring neither my Cherim nor my Wormadam. But now that I think about it, I should have led with my Wormadam, or I should have kept my Wormadam in back. Wormadam would have been great here instead of Ferrothorn. But his team was kind of weak to Ferrothorn, and he probably knew that. He knew that. And he's running a very typical strategy against me. It's the double grass strat. So you'll see he has Ferrothorn in the back. He has both Jumpluff and Ferrothorn. So this double grass strat is extremely strong, but you need to pull it off, and he pulled it off against me because of his team comp. He pressured my picks, and it was well played on his part. So he goes for a Wither Ball. I am going to farm him down, and he has Jumpluff, right? Yes, he has Jumpluff, and if I had Wormadam instead of my Sunfisk, this game would have been GG's. So I go for a Blaze Kick, and I go for a Discharge. He probably has Ferrothorn in the back. I am expecting he has Ferrothorn in the back. and he doesn't need to shield. He has Ferrothorn in the back, and it's basically over. So I know I lost this match, but in my mind already I'm thinking what I should do in my third game. I am wondering Wormadam would have been better versus both Ferrothorn and Jumpluff. So I'm considering Wormadam, and I'm considering something for his Cast Form, because he has no counter, mostly no counters for my aggressors except for his Cast Form, and he has he power whips my Blaziken. So this is basically it. So game number 2. So I am going to do a mistake here. I lead Blaziken into his Jumpluff. So this is great, right? But not really. Blaziken has to land a Blaze Kick in the one shield. If the Blast Burn. If it doesn't land the Blast Burn, Blaziken dies to Jumpluff. And what mistake I do is, you'll see. So I go for a Blast Burn number 1. First mistake, I should have baited. Even if that Blaze Kick landed, it would have done a lot of damage. So number 1, and number 2 is I should have shielded there, because now his Jumpluff is going to try to farm down my Blaziken. But look here, he goes for a shield. So I'm up a shield, right? So in my mind I'm thinking I might get to a Blaze Kick, but this is very risky. Now number 3rd mistake, that last shield, and my Blaziken died. So I prioritize switch advantage so much that for no reason I double shielded my Blaziken, and this will cost me this game. Only that last shield will cost me this game. You'll see. This would have been an easy game, because in my mind I'm thinking he probably has Ferrothorn in the back and this is over, but it's not. He actually didn't bring Ferrothorn this match. He tried to play very good mind games against me, and he actually didn't bring Double Grass this match. So this was very well played, very well thought out on his part. But that one shield, he has Cast Form. Now look, he has Mantine in the back. If I had just one shield, if I had that shield, I would have shielded this Ice Beam or Aerial Ace, whatever it is, Ice Beam, and I would have almost a full health Kingdra left against his Cast Form. I could have Dragon Breath down. So bad. Now my Kingdra is so low that it's going to die to a Wither Ball, and I have Wormadam at the back. So I maybe should have sacked my Wormadam and kept the shield. So game number 3, I am leading Blaziken. I have already lost the finals. It was very close, but see this here, that I didn't make glaring mistakes. I didn't switch wrong. I didn't use my charge moves incorrectly, but I made very small mistakes that costed me the game. First, the baiting, a small mistake. Second, the double shielding, that may be a huge mistake. And I should have, now that I think about it, I should have just double shielded my Blaziken and not get that Aerial Ace off from Jumpluff. In 2 shields, Blake can just go for all Blaze Kicks. And I am going to farm down his Jumpluff. He is going to get off another Aerial Ace, so I try to get it low. Now that I think about it, I should have just farmed it down, because then his Cast Form wouldn't be able to farm my my whatever it is at all. So here this match is again close. Now I'm thinking that he might have brought again. I was thinking that he might have brought Ferrothorn, but he has Mantine, which isn't really bad for me, because Kingdra is actually very good against Mantine. It's not a losing matchup. I know it's iffy, but it's not bad. So he goes for an Ice Beam and I shielded it correctly. Now I just need that Mantine low, because I am going to come back with my Blaziken. Now what mistake I do here is I should have gone, no, it's alright, So his attack fell. So this is great for me. So what I should have done is I should have instantly swapped after his attack fell. and he catches my blaze kick with his cash form. But counters do so much damage that he has a 1 HP Mantine and my Kingdra has maybe 5 or 6 HPs left. It's very close. 1 Dragon Bit down. So if I didn't make those mistakes during my second match, that shield mistake, this would have been a clean 2-1 win. So this was my tournament run. I'm sorry it's a bit short. I lost footage of one round, but I just wanted to show that I am not done with self-content. And stay tuned for more. This is Bhuvan Ahmed signing.